Identifying the Problem and Health Policies by Jones HMMBADMS. The first step in the policy process is to outline the problem, since a policy is usually developed to provide solution to identified problem. This involves not only recognizing that an issue exists that needs to be addressed, but also studying the problem and its causes in detail. This stage involves determining how aware the public is of the issue, deciding who will participate in fixing it, and considering what means are available to accomplish a solution. Formulating a policy to resolve the problem. After identifying and studying the problem, a new policy may be formulated or developed. This step is typically marked by discussion and debate to identify potential obstacles, to suggest alternative solutions, and to set clear goals and list the steps that need to be taken to achieve them. Once the policy is developed, the authorities must agree to it. 2. Implementing the policy. This is the step of actualizing the policy. A new policy must be put into effect to address the identified problem. This step also involves communicating the new policy to the frontline implementers as well as supervisors. Coordination, as well as sufficient funding, are also needed to make this step a success. 3. Evaluating the effect of the policy. The final stage in the policy process, known as evaluation, is typically ongoing. This step usually involves a study of how effective the new policy has been in addressing the original problem, which often leads to additional policy changes. It also includes reviewing funds and resources available to ensure that the policy can be maintained. Historically, this step has not always been treated as very important, but policymakers are increasingly finding ways to make sure that the tools needed for evaluation are included in each step of the policy process. You have been asked to be part of the team to analyze the current policy regarding HIV testing in Zambia. Discuss in detail 5 methods of policy analysis. The following is a review of the most prominent methodologies used in policy analysis to describe, analyze, and compare policies. 1. Needs assessment. This involves identifying the nature, scope, and extent of the problem, whether the current policy addresses the problem adequately or not. An assessment of the extent of need in a variety of ways is made, and the nature of the problem through analysis of existing information. This information is used to describe the current state of need and to forecast likely needs. Cost-benefit analysis. Cost-benefit analysis is an approach that attempts to relate the direct and indirect costs of policies to the direct and indirect benefits of those policies. Cost-benefit analysis requires that both the costs and the benefits of policies be calculated in monetary form. This is frequently difficult to do because policy analysts are often unable to give a precise dollar figure for saving a life, for example. 2. Cost-effectiveness analysis. Cost-effectiveness analysis looks at the costs of different policies in achieving the desired policy results. Unlike cost-benefit analysis, this methodology does not require the monetization of the benefits of each policy. Although policy analysts may not know the dollar value of certain benefits, they can compare which policy costs less to achieve the same desired outcome, regardless of monetary value of the expected benefits. 3. Outcome studies. Outcome studies document the comparative effectiveness of different policy alternatives. Policy analysts are able to assess the extent to which some policy intervention has had the intended impact on the problem it was designed to address. 4. Case studies. Case studies involve the systematic and detailed description and analysis of the formation, implementation, and evaluation of specific policies. Examples include analysis of the impact of the Zambian health policy on access to health. 5. Meta-analysis. Meta-analysis uses a statistical approach to combine the results from multiple studies in an effort to increase power over individual studies, improve estimates of the size of the effect and/or to resolve uncertainty when reports disagree. Meta-analysis can provide guidance to policymakers in the early phases of policy development by summarizing existing quantitative studies and can assist them after a series of policy outcome studies have been conducted.